Namaskaram Guruji. My spiritual experience has its ups and downs, sometimes it stumbles and sometimes it's glorious. Why this variation?
Spiritual experience is stumbling or you are stumbling?
Possibly me, but I feel with all the Kriya you told me, I do it and it is not constant. It is just that I am stumbling sometimes and sometimes it's glorious. Life is beautiful. I can't even believe it would be so beautiful before I met you.
Say, what is a spiritual experience? Let's come to this first. You need to understand this. This body is something that you gathered slowly. Is that so? Is that so? Did you gather this? What is that, sabu… what is that? Sabu, aloo, what do you call that? That cannonball kind of thing. Sabu? Dana. So, sabu dana. So this is all sabudana slowly gathered. No wonder it feels so difficult. Now this is something that you gathered. Everything that's here is something that you gathered. Your mind is a gathered phenomena, accumulated phenomena, body is an accumulated phenomena. So what you call as myself is the spirit, if you want to call it that way. It's a very contaminated word, so I generally don't use it, but now that you're using the word spirituality, it is the spirit. So if your life is about that, then you're spiritual. If your life is about the body, it is about the mind, it is about what's around you, we say you're material because these are accumulated things. What you accumulate can be yours, can never ever be you. That much is clear to us, isn't it? So whether you gathered stones or diamonds or what, they can be yours, but they can never ever be you. So when we say spirituality, we are saying it's about you. It is not about furniture in the house. You know, after some time people treat you like a furniture. Body is like furniture for us to sit and stand, isn't it? Yes? Mind is another kind of furniture to do things. So this is not about furniture, this is about you. So spiritual process means it's about you, not about your furniture, not about your property, not about the things that you can gather and lose. So what is the experience of that? Let's not go about trying to describe, this is the experience of that. All I'm saying is, it is about this. Why is it that furniture is there and you're missing? Because somewhere you don't know what you're doing. Somebody put it in a big way, saying they know not what they're doing. A few basic things of eating, sleeping, reproduction, you're doing it the way it has to be done. Everything else is freaked. You understand? So that is why what is fundamental you, to come into it, say your experience, we have to do all kinds of circus, hang you upside down. If you just do life the way it needs to be done, not the way your society has twisted you to do it, you will see spiritual process is always on. Nobody needs to teach you, nobody need to do anything to you, because that is you. It is not an imported commodity, it is you, isn't it? It is essential you. Your body is imported, sabudana or whatever. Your mind is imported, isn't it so? But what is you has always been there. What is there to do about it? There is nothing to do about it. Too much sabudana, so we have to clear it a little bit. So right now, your life has become about things that you gather and not about you. Because of that, it is like this. It is no more… you cannot even talk about it in the world anymore, because people are recognized for what kind of car they drive or what kind of clothes they wear, for what kind of makeup they wear, or nobody is recognized for what he is. Yes, largely. So, don't make it so complicated. Just, oh, my spirituality, my experience, my this. Don't make spirituality like you're growing horns. You become simply life. The problem with life is you're trying to be special, so you look stupid. Just be life. You will see this is wonderful. You become a body, you become a mind, you become a society, you become famous, you become rubbish, you became all kinds of things. Just be life because that's all you are and that's all you can be. You cannot be anything else. Forget about all this big jargon, I'm spiritual, I'm this, my spiritual experience, my ordinary experience, there's no such thing. There's just life. Are you on the surface or are you moving towards the core? That's all.
Dear seekers, in the journey to discover the true self beyond body and mind, let us ponder upon three intriguing questions. What is it that remains when we strip away all labels and identities? How do we differentiate between the voice of our ego and the whisper of our true self? And, can we ever truly experience a moment utterly detached from the trappings of our physical and mental constructs? The pursuit of the true self is akin to peeling an onion. Each layer represents the various roles, beliefs, and perceptions we have accumulated over time. These layers are not our true essence but merely garments we have donned. Imagine a businessman so engrossed in his identity that he forgets he is more than his career. Or consider a mother, deeply immersed in her role, who might struggle to remember her individuality outside of motherhood. These are but roles, important yet not definitive of our true self. Our true self is like the still center of a cyclone, around which the chaos of thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations whirl. To experience this, consider the act of meditation. When we meditate, we gradually distance ourselves from our thoughts, observing them as they arise and dissipate. In these moments of stillness, we get a glimpse of something beyond our mind, a presence, a sense of being that exists independent of our thoughts and physical sensations. This understanding aligns with the teachings of many spiritual guides, who emphasize the significance of detaching from the ego to experience the true self. It's not about negating or vilifying the ego or mind but recognizing their place and not mistaking them for our true essence. The ego is a tool, useful in navigating the world but not capable of leading us to the profound realization of our true nature. In everyday life, this realization can manifest in simple yet profound ways. Imagine facing a difficult situation. Instead of reacting impulsively, guided by the ego's fear or anger, you pause. In this pause lies your power, the power of connecting with the true self that observes without judgment, understands without prejudice, and loves without conditions. The journey to this realization is ongoing, a path marked not by milestones of achievement but by the gradual dissolution of illusion. It's a path of unlearning as much as learning, of letting go as much as acquiring. To truly transform, to experience a shift that alters the very core of our being, it is essential to embrace and recognize the teachings about the true self. It is not in the accumulation of knowledge but in the shedding of layers, not in the conquest of external challenges but in the quiet acknowledgement of our inner truth, that real transformation occurs. This transformation is subtle, often unnoticed by the world, yet it is the most profound journey one can undertake, a journey from the illusion of the self to the realization of the true self. Dear seekers, as we delve deeper into this journey of self-realization, we come to understand that the path is not linear, nor is it the same for everyone. It weaves through the fabric of our daily lives, touching every thought, every action, and every moment. Consider the way nature operates in harmonious cycles, seamlessly and effortlessly. A tree does not strive to grow, it simply grows. Similarly, our true self does not strive to be, it simply is. In our busy lives, we often overlook this natural state of being. We are constantly doing, achieving, and acquiring, seldom pausing to just be. This realization brings us to a state of heightened awareness, where every moment becomes an opportunity to connect with our true self. When we eat, can we do so mindfully, savoring each bite, fully present in the moment? When we walk, can we feel the earth beneath our feet, attuned to the rhythm of our steps and the whisper of the wind? This mindfulness is not a task but a natural state of being, where we are fully alive and present. In this state, we begin to see the transient nature of our thoughts and emotions. Just as clouds drift across the sky, our thoughts and feelings come and go. We learn not to cling to them or identify with them. They are not us, they are merely passing phenomena. This realization is liberating, for it frees us from the constant turbulence of the mind. The journey to the true self is also one of compassion and love. As we shed the layers of ego and connect with our true essence, our capacity for love expands. We begin to see others not as separate from us but as reflections of the same universal consciousness. Our interactions become less about judgment and more about understanding and compassion. This path of self-realization is not devoid of challenges. There will be moments of doubt, confusion, and even loneliness. But these are not obstacles, they are integral parts of the journey. They teach us resilience, patience, and humility. In essence, the journey to discover the true self beyond body and mind is a journey back home, to a place within us that has always existed, untouched by the chaos of the external world. It is a journey to the heart of our being, where we find peace, joy, and an unshakable connection to all that is. To echo the wisdom of the ages, recognizing and aligning with our true self is the cornerstone of real transformation. It is not a transformation that is loudly proclaimed but quietly realized, a gentle awakening to the truth of who we are. It is in this realization that we find not only ourselves but the key to a life lived with depth, purpose, and profound joy.